True peace, kids changing the industry. Integrated Biometrics Steve Thies reflects on identity technology. Man, peep the slang. Biometrics is still in its infancy as an industry and just beginning to evolve beyond being driven by government demand, says retiring Integrated Biometrics CEO Steve Thies. The commercial enterprises of the world are still trying to figure out how to make it work for them in a fashion that create benefits for them, he observes in an interview with Biometric Update. With his new found freedom, Thies is planning to travel America in a Sprinter van and spend time with his wife. He will consider writing a book to help young people pursue their business dreams. Looking back on the evolution of biometrics since IB was founded, Thies noted that the timeline of the premise of perfect biometric promise after 9/11 was off. A lot of progress has been made in the past 20 years. However, we now have good guide databases such as Clear and biometrics and more frequently used to help deliver social benefits, the right to vote, and other necessities. Of course, these benefits are balanced against privacy considerations, tech issues, and issues inherent to the mobility of people. It's a big stew that's mixing around, Thai says. Modality, ping pong, and persistence. Man, peep the slang. Thies is optimistic about the future of biometrics in general, but also about the future of fingerprints. He notes that Touch ID expected to return to an upcoming iPhone as an under-display feature and part of a broader market trend of modalities playing ping pong. This includes finger, face, voice, iris, and other biometrics, all of which he believes here to stay. Contact-based fingerprint enrollment, Thies believes, is a permanent fixture within the field of biometrics. Opportunities are still abound within biometrics for business that can offer a differentiated product that provides real value to customers. Those businesses must be persistent. However, building a business, even in a rapid growth environment, takes time. Thies says, and biometric sales cycles are often long, especially for government contracts. Integrated biometrics core technology remains highly differentiated within the market, Thies says. Some 13 years after the company started in 2008 with a team of 5, now up to 90. IB is still making all along, though some companies have begun moving into thin film transistor scanners. Man, peep the slang. For those that bring real value, the biometrics industry potential is enormous, Thies says, noting market growth projections that seem hopeful but may be muted. I know the 10 or 15% is true because our CAGRs way over that, the human side. Peep the slang. Thies has been writing letters to some of the IB's long-standing partners and customers, telling them the news and thanking them for their collaboration over the years. It's amazing how those companies that have stuck with and tried and kept at it, many of them are still out there, Thies says. So it's not for the weak of heart, and not everybody's going to be successful, but it's a trip that's worth it. Taking it to the fact that have something that's different. In fact, you can differentiate yourself and create value for the customers. Thies emphasize the role of not only every employee but all stakeholders in building a business for the long haul. Our investors were very patient, he states. Our suppliers have been very creative. Our employees have worked very hard. Our customers have been good customers for the most part, he adds with a laugh. One of the letters drew a reply shared with biometric updates that give insight into the accomplishment of IB over Thies' tenure. The reply refers to conversation at the dawn of integrated biometrics about how to turn the company's LES lighting emitting sensors, film saying the vision you and your team had and executed essentially changed an entire industry which previously was built on optical and CMO sensors. That change, according to the biometric industry insider, has made a real difference to the betterment of our country and our people. The role of personal relationship is making that change is also made clear in the note. Peter Slang, an important mission. While there are important concerns to be addressed in the proliferation of biometric identification just one generation on from 9/11. Acceptance of the technology is strong. Thies says while there are radicals on both sides of the bell curve who do not want to use biometric, he believes that different modalities will help close that gap. Biometrics have now become normal for many people doing many things, and that normalizations process will continue. The achievement of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal of universal legal identity by 2030, CDG 16.9, is tall in order, Thies believes. He refers to the pace of COVID-19 vaccination, which shows that while crisis can inspire fast action, it does not necessarily inspire it from everyone. But is identity a crisis? It is if it stands between you and some benefits that you need, Thies says. It is if you've been selected as a terrorist and you're really not. It is a crisis for people sometimes today. Man, peep the slang.